Hey everyone, welcome to What Shaun Likes. I'm Shaun, obviously, and here we're talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this video has a lot of spoilers. Please go watch the movie if you haven't seen the spoilers, or if you are on social media, you've probably seen the spoilers anyway. So, a lot of spoilers. Here's your spoiler warning. Go ahead. Let's chat. So, the movie is obviously good. No one expected Spider-Man to be bad, but I did feel like before we watched the movie, we were all like, Spider-Man has to fulfill certain things, and the couple of things we were all expecting it to fulfill was bring in Andrew Garfield, bring in Tobey Maguire, and they did it. So I was very happy with it. So when I first watched the movie, though, when I came out of it, I was really sad. I'm not gonna lie, because the movie takes a turn where I think we've all seen we've all seen it now. At least you can even understand this from the trailer. Is that Peter Parker's identity has been now revealed to the world, and he doesn't know how to handle it, and it's affecting his family and so on. So he tries to go to Doctor Strange to cast a spell to have everyone forget his name, but it backfires, and he brings in the villains from the previous, from other Spider-Man universes. We're talking Dr. Octavius, Sandman, Green Goblin, Electro, and so on. Now, I think what's very cool is that obviously with these new villains coming in, Peter's now trying to fight them all. He realizes he actually can't stop them, but we're also, this is the cool part that I think we're kind of getting an understanding now of where the directors and where Marvel wants to take Spider-Man, and which is really exciting. So I'll tell you why. We have seen Peter Parker, I mean, he got wiped out with the snap, with the blip, right? And we've seen Peter Parker really only in high school. We haven't, not like Tobey Maguire, not like Andrew Garfield, where we saw them through high school, through varsity, and they really took, and they took this rite of passage for Spider-Man, which Tom Holland's Spider-Man never really took. He actually had a lot of things going for him. I mean, he had the tech, he had Tony Stark, he was in the Avengers, and like all these things, it was really going out good. In my opinion, I was always like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man has not actually really suffered the way Tobey and Andrew really did. And that was because the parental figure in their life died. And that was the turning point. That was with great power comes great responsibility. So, big spoiler warning, Green Goblin actually kills Aunt May here. And this is where Tobey and Andrew kind of come into the frame to the movie, and they really help to mentor and teach Tom Holland, because through this rite of passage, because we all know how it happened with Tobey. His Uncle Ben died, he goes, he finds the killer, he kills the killer. Andrew Garfield, same thing. You know, he describes it in the movie as like, you just stop pulling your punches and you go down a really dark path, and you have to realize, like, with real power comes real responsibility, you know. And and I like how they even have great conversations together. I love their conversations together. I love the quirks and the jokes. I love how they're making fun about the villains that they even fight. And how Tobey is really the mature, you can really see like Tobey is the OG and the mature Spider-Man in this sequence. And Mr. Garfield here, he's very funny, he's very quirky, as he was. I think I'll post this, he's going to want a third movie. He's definitely going to want a third movie. And I think we want the third movie, because they really screwed him over with a bad script. But if Marvel takes over, they can really rope him in nicely and give him a third movie and a nice trilogy, I guess, to all of this. Now, so the chemistry between them is really awesome. The villains as well, really awesome. And I like the pocket, how deep the pockets are of Marvel, because they're getting the likes of like William Dafoe, Jamie Foxx. I mean, these are actors that can hold movies by themselves, truthfully. And I like how they were all kind of brought in together along with Tobey and Andrew and everyone else. So Marvel's budget, thank you for paying for a really great movie. Now, the biggest reason also why I came out of this movie very sad was because of Zendaya and Tom Holland, Peter Parker and MJ. Now, because at the end of the movie, Peter has to make sure everyone forgets who Peter Parker is to actually rectify the situation, we kind of get to a point where MJ forgets who Peter Parker is, and their relation. And now Peter in my opinion, I would do this like that movie 50 First Dates, and I'll just with Adam Sandler, and I'll just make her fall in love with me again, whatever it takes. But he realizes actually like Ned, MJ, everyone else is safe without him, and he realizes he just lost his Aunt May because of everyone knew his identity and so on. So he kind of like strays away from that, runs away from that, and at the end of the movie he doesn't let them kind of remember who he is. Now no one knows who Peter Parker is, and again we're putting him back on the Spider-Man rite of passage kind of thing, where he doesn't have the budget, he doesn't have the gadgets, doesn't really have the support. This is why he starts taking photographs for J. Jonah Jameson, you know, at the Daily Bugle. He's trying to make ends meet, but he's also trying to make sure he tries to control the narrative of Spider-Man, even though he really can't. And the guy's busy studying there for his GED, and the guy's flipping smart. Like, we all know Peter Parker is smart. I mean, put him in a room with Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, one of the brightest minds in the world, and he can hold his own, I think, to a degree. Now, I think like the last thing, if I have to think about it, is like, where are we seeing, I mean, after being sad, cool, now we all understand what's happening, like, but where do we see the Spider-Man universe basically going? Now, at the end of the movie, they bring in a Venom symbiote, which I think is really cool. The Venom symbiote, so they kind of, because Venom actually gets transported, we never see Venom until the end. Venom gets transported into the our Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he gets transported back into his own universe, but the Venom, a bit of the Venom symbiote stays behind. So if I was them, this is what I'll do. I would, if I had to pitch like a 4th, 5th, and 6th Spider-Man movie, because I believe that's where they should take it. They should go for another 3. The 4th movie would be Spider-Man more grounded, because they did introduce Matt Murdock, Daredevil. They did introduce Daredevil. Oh, sorry, this is Hawkeye spoilers as well for you guys. Anyone who's a Hawkeye fan, jump off now if you haven't watched it yet. But they introduced Kingpin even in Hawkeye. So I would actually like kind of pin Spider-Man up in that charade of Hell's Kitchen, New York City, really grounded villainy, in my opinion. I would, because this is him coming into his own. This is him like really establishing himself as Spider-Man, and Spider-Man no matter what, you know, a really more grown and more mature Spider-Man who doesn't rely on the gadgets, but has to rely on his wits, his intuition, and I guess his conviction. Now, what I would say is that would be a 4th movie. I would then put a 5th movie with him fighting Venom. Venom kind of, him getting infected by the Venom symbiote, going through a whole Tobey Maguire kind of stance and tries to win MJ. I would even throw in a Gwen Stacy. In the 4th or 5th movie here, I would throw in a Gwen Stacy. Maybe he's trying to get over MJ kind of thing. I would even throw her in. Now, then, I mean, post that, while he's fighting Venom in, I guess, his 5th movie, and he's trying to woo MJ, Venom then breaks off on his own. Venom tries to kill MJ, he saves MJ's life, and boom, they're kind of back together. And then as a 6th movie, I would have Tom Holland kind of retire but bring in Miles Morales. Now this opens up many other questions, because we've all seen, if you've seen Loki, you've seen how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of expanding. In my opinion, they need to do a Secret Wars really quick. If you've ever read the Marvel comics, Secret Wars, what happens in Secret Wars is like, they literally bring in all these different like Thors and Iron Mans from all different universes, kind of like bring them together, mash them up in my head, and then from my head, one of my friends was saying, trim the fat, like cut heads, get rid of the old Iron Man, get rid of the old Captain America, and like then we just bring in a new Miles Morales. He's the Spider-Man we're following in our main cinematic universe, with a new Iron Man, a new whoever. Bring in the heroes that we want again, reboot it almost, and this is your reboots actually. This is how you can reboot it, and you can always string people along with references to the old movies or the previous Avengers or whatever, or the original universe. But like really, you could do this, and I mean for the next 15 years we have it, and I can tell my kids this is how it started. So yeah, I think we really, but what we got out of a Spider-Man movie is really amazing. So thanks to everyone, thanks to the directors, to everyone, the actors. I thought it was amazing, and I think we can I think together we can really build something new. Something new is being built, which I think is really cool. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Thanks for joining me. If you like the channel, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Cheers.